This is the second presentation for topic 8 from Econ 3, how we work out what wages people earn, so in other words, wage determination. What I want us to think about now, it's a very crude way of thinking about it, but it illustrates the point perfectly, is why some people earn high wages and some people earn low wages. What I'm going to talk through is why some people earn high wages. What you would do for the low wages is just to reverse everything that I say about high wages. Okay, now the most obvious reason for high wages is there's a high demand for your labour. So maybe some professions offer a higher efficiency or productivity level. Those professions where people work and they generate a massive output for their businesses or big profits are in bigger demand than those that don't, therefore they get higher wages. It could simply be there's a massive demand for the products that some people make. Again, in this case, there'll be a high wage on offer. There could be a low supply of people willing or able to do this particular profession. This means to get more and more people into it, we've got to pay people higher wages. Football players at Premiership level will earn a massive wage because there's a very low supply of them. Very few people have got them skills to do that particular job. Many people would like to do the job, so they're willing to, but they're not able to. In non-league football, wages are lower because there's a higher supply of people to do them jobs. It could be down, and it's again based on supply, it could be down to the fact that some professions people don't want to do. So if we go back to our sewer cleaner again, even with a high wage, very few people want this profession. People that work on oil rigs out in the North Sea, very high wage because there's a very low supply of people willing to do the job due to the long hours and the number of months out of sea away from people's families. Another reason for a high wage, strong bargaining power. If you work for an employer where there is a very effective trade union present, that trade union will have very strong power, which they can translate into higher wages for their members. Walmart, big American retailer, they don't like trade unions because they force up wage rates. So what they do in their business is they try and stop trade unions from forming. That will mean lower wages. The idea, if all the staff are united together, they've got more bargaining power. If they're divided, they're not in a union, they're not together, it will mean lower wages. Linked to this as well, it could be down to negative discrimination. Okay, now what the stats show is that high wage earners, on average, males earn more than women do. Whether that should be allowed or not, we don't. Well, it shouldn't if they generate the same revenue. But generally, males will earn the same, higher wage even, than women for completing similar jobs. Per hour, full-time workers earn more than part-time workers. Ethnicity also comes into this as well. Asian men and women, of course, people from Caribbean or African backgrounds generally earn lower wages than men do from this country. What this means is that sometimes people earn less than others because of negative discrimination. This obviously is illegal, there's laws to try and stop it from happening, but it still happens and the stats show this. What it could also be down to is positive discrimination. Giving people a higher wage because they're from a certain background, trying to maybe make up for the problems created by negative discrimination. Now, obviously, what you could also talk about, based on the supply and demand for labour, is the skill level. Higher skills equal higher MRP, therefore higher wages. So as I said previously, for low wages, you reverse all these things I've put for high wages.